Check, check, check. 1, 2. Can everybody hear me in the chat? Let me shut my door. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. We'll get started. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Got the expensive mic out tonight. It's time for some news. How is everybody doing tonight? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like on the show. It is time for another town hall meeting. Order is in session. Order in the court. All right, guys, let's see who we got tonight. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I got a few things to show y'all. I got to tell y'all about my day. I saw Alien Romulus today, but I'm not talking about it tonight. I'm not spoiling anything tonight because nobody's probably seen it yet. I'm not spoiling anything about Alien Romulus, so don't worry. If you ask me if I liked it or didn't like it, you'll know tomorrow. I'm not going to do my audience like that. Thank you for the Pat Lynch for the compliment. Let's see who we got in the chat tonight. We got Adrian James, Pat Lynch, Carmatic, Austin Smith, C-Red, 1996, Evan Fain, Jaden Christopher, Nothing But Wrestling, Perry Fan 49, Antanas, Chad 90, Fabrero 1, Matthew Gibb, Phil's Creepy Vids, Anthony O'Donnell, Chris Cullen, Cody Tyler, Movie Junkie John. We got the PP Dangler in the chat tonight. Perry Fan. We already said Perry Fan. Perry got 2 shout-outs tonight. Mekhara, Bavensky, Quentin Loves Trains, Enhara, Ian Lives, Jigsaw Rules, Saturn Video, Mr. Gloves, CR. It's good to see everybody, guys. Welcome. Please drop a like on the show. We're going to get started tonight with tonight's show. We got a few things to go over. And if you're aware of how this show works, guys, the way this show works is we talk about some things that are pertinent in the world of physical media, etc., etc., and then we go to questions and answers. Tonight is your show. I got a few things I want to talk to you guys about. Let me get a sip of this zero sugar Coke. Okay, guys. First of all, let me ask this. How is everybody doing? How is everybody? Let me know how your day is in the chat. Give me a thumbs up if you had a good day. If you had a bad day, hopefully we can make you have a better evening. We'll have a fun night tonight. You guys know how these lives are. I don't try to take up all of your night. We go for roughly an hour. We talk about a few things. We have a great time. And then we get the hell out of here. And then we go on and do different things, right? Okay, guys. So listen. Here's the first thing. A few people the other day were messaging me about the Elm Street 4K and in relevance to the Amazon purchase. Okay, so people were purchasing the movie on Amazon. When they first purchased the movie, I see everybody's doing good, doing pretty good. That's awesome. Everybody, I'm glad y'all are with me. So check it out. So people had purchased or pre-ordered Nightmare on Elm Street on Amazon, right? And initially, they were getting a release date of October 1st. And I had mentioned on the last town hall meeting, I had actually mentioned, I said, guys, if you pre-order on Amazon, this movie is going to sell like crazy. I think this is going to be probably the highest selling movie of 2024. Okay. I definitely think Elm Street, if not the #1 highest grossing, I think Elm Street will be top 2 to 3 at the least selling movies of 2024. Okay. But more than likely #1. I told people if you order it on Amazon, more than likely you're going to get pushed back. So people were messaging me saying, Christian, you were right. The movie already got pushed back on Amazon. And I want to say the reason for that is not because of what I said, although that could still come to fruition. But the reality is the actual release date is October, I believe it's 15th. Okay. Saturn Video in the chat saying October 1st is the max release, I'm assuming, probably for digital. Correct. Now, here's a couple things I want to say, guys. In the chat, let me know if you watched the 4K UHD trailer for Elm Street. because I pulled it up on my television set. Okay, guys, I pulled up the trailer on the 65-inch LG OLED television that I have. Okay, I pulled up the trailer. I paused the trailer on the TV, and I made sure I swapped the quality to 4K. You guessed it. I was impressed with the trailer picture quality. I thought it was a good-looking trailer. I thought the film looked really good. So that is a good indication, okay? And I think this is gonna be a good 4K, which I'd like to see more people, and I'm not talking necessarily to my audience in the chat because I have a smart audience. I'm very lucky that my audience is an intelligent, smart audience. But I would like to start seeing, in general, more people actually talking about, I don't know, is the movie going to look good as opposed to the artwork? Now, that's not to say that you can't have criticisms about the artwork, because you can. I have no problem with people talking about the artwork of a home video release. After all, this is what I say. It is physical media, meaning it's physical. You own it. But at the same time, show of hands, how many times do you see people actually talking about, is the movie, I want the movie to look good? I would say 2 out of 10 people are probably talking about that. Okay, and the reality is, most people that are more concerned with the picture quality above anything else aren't talking about it online. They keep it to themselves and they go about their merry way. It's usually the people that more so have abrasive opinions that type out stuff more often than not. And that's my experience being on YouTube for 12 years now, is that typically people that have negative opinions on things are faster to post their comments online, which is fine. But my point is, I'd like to see a little bit more talk about the picture quality, okay? Somebody in the chat just mentioned, I hope this is going to be good. I'm nervous because of Jaws 3. There's a few reasons why you should not be nervous because of Jaws 3, okay? Jaws 3 was an interesting situation, okay? That was a 3D filmed movie. It's technically shot through 2 lenses. 3D filming is not conducive to high picture quality. Anybody that has the Friday the 13th home video collection from Scream Factory will tell you that the 4K scan of Friday the 13th Part 3 is in fact the least good looking one out of the 4. But that's not a fault to the restoration itself. That's a fault to the way it was filmed. Filming in that 3D stuff is not conducive to that. So that's why they did what they did to make the film look very good. If you'll recall, if you checked out my review for Jaws the Revenge, it was the exact opposite. Jaws the Revenge looked sensational. Okay, so that's the first thing, guys, is we've got that. Number 2 I want to talk about is this, guys. I should have pulled this up, but I don't want to start screwing up my internet and pulling up a bunch of pages and locking the internet up. I want to make sure this is just straight. Paramount has announced overseas, and I'll get to the chat in a second because you guys are firing off. Paramount has announced some overseas releases, basically a UK-ish version of Paramount Scares. They got Pet Sematary and Rosemary's Baby. Now, if you guys haven't seen this, these are big deluxe releases for these movies. They come with posters, some cards, a thick Blu-ray case, 4K case, and all that. So that's coming out. You probably be able to pre-order those soon on Diabolic. I believe it may already be on Diabolic. If not soon, Diabolic and Orbit. Excuse me. But those are going to be super fan editions, if you will. I wouldn't recommend getting those unless you're really just a big super fan, because it's just got a lot of cool stuff with it. But I don't think there's anything new in terms of a new 4K scan. I believe it's the same 4K scan that we've got from the American 4K release of Pet Sematary, et cetera, et cetera. And same goes for Rosemary's Baby, which people give me shit. But look, I'm not a Rosemary's Baby fan. You know, I'm not a fan of that movie. So I only own that movie if I have to, basically. And I'm not even talking about Roman Polanski as a guy, what the stuff he did. I don't like most. I like The Pianist a lot, but other than that, I'm not a big Roman Polanski fan. Okay, let's get to the chat. Come on, CHH. I know it's about the packaging. Who watches movies anymore? You know, Scratch, I wish that was a joke, what you were saying, but unfortunately, I think you're probably right about that. Foz Rotten just saw Alien. I did too, man. I saw it today myself. Hello, Christian. How are you? That Halloween 2 pumpkin looking dope. Yeah. Oh, another. Okay, so let's talk about this. This is another thing I want to talk about. All right, guys. So when I got my Halloween 2 pumpkin, naturally people had messaged me saying, I went to Spirit, I didn't see it. Okay, so here's how these things typically work with Spirit. As a matter of fact, one of my friends today went to go look for the pumpkin. He did not find it. So, get the light shining on my. All right, so long story short, that Halloween 2 pumpkin is a hot ticket item, to say the least. Super hot ticket item this year. When it comes to Spirit stuff, that pumpkin is the #1 product people want. It sold like in a day on Spirit Halloween. They have an X amount of stock that goes on Spirit Halloween. That's sold in a day. Okay. They never listed it anymore. Stores started opening up and they were able to trickle a few in and out of different stores. I lucked out and happened to get one at mine. But I'm telling people right now, do me a favor, people. Do not, I repeat, do not, please, for the love of God, or I will shame you. I promise I will shame you. Do not go on eBay and pay over $100 for this thing, or even $100. Just wait. They're business people. They are going to shove those pumpkins up all of our asses come September. Those stores will be flooded with those goddamn pumpkins. Just wait. Do not freak out and be like, I need it now. I understand. It's very cool. I like the pumpkin too. I like it. I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't like it. But please, don't do it. Just wait. Please wait. Okay. No, you didn't, Mikara. Okay, the next order of business tonight, guys. Remember, once we get through the news, it's all y'all. The next order of business I want to get to is this. Griff, don't worry, we're talking about trick or treat tonight because I'm going to go on a rant. I've got a lot to say. The next order of business is this. I talked about this the other day. I want to get the chat's 2 cents on this because I still feel it's going to be split. I did a video the other day about what James Cameron said about the critics of his 4Ks. Now, guys, if you're not familiar, we had True Lies, The Abyss, and Aliens come out in 4K. True Lies looked kind of like Jaws, except not as bad, but in the same ballpark, I would say. We also had The Abyss, which I thought looked pretty good, and Aliens, which I enjoyed. He took all the film grain out of the movie, but it didn't look like a digital film. I thought it still looked very good. I got a lot of flack for that. I say a lot of flack. I got some flack. Some people in the comments on that video thought I was selling out, even though I paid for that release. You know, I don't need to, defend myself per se because my video is my thoughts. But, I paid for that release. I didn't get sent that release. So I have no reason to lie about it. If I didn't enjoy it, I would have said I didn't enjoy it. But I paid for that release. I bought it with my money. I liked Aliens. I thought it looked good. Regardless of that, there was split decision on Aliens and The Abyss, okay? James Cameron basically said if you don't like his 4Ks, that you are a basement dweller. You live in mom's basement, you need to meet somebody, and you're basically a loser. Okay? And my issue is, if you dig a little deeper, you look at the question that was asked, the way the question was asked. I implore you guys to check out the video I did on that, because he was asked the question in such a way that was setting him up to be antagonistic. That doesn't excuse James Cameron's response, but I don't know. I don't think James Cameron lives in reality. Obviously he doesn't. He's like a top 1%er, right? How much is James Cameron worth? Isn't he worth like, I don't know, $1 billion? So yeah, reality and James Cameron, they don't, But anyway, I'm just interested in people's thoughts on that. Um, he did, like I said, JoJo 1996. Do me a favor when this stream ends, you'll get all the details on this. I just did a video about this 2 days ago. I implore you to go check that video out because I break down the way it was asked and everything. And I thought the whole thing was just messed up, and I don't know. I think he should have been a little bit more respectful with his answer, but the way he was asked the question was very bad as well. The interviewer was completely biased, not coming from the perspective of actual film collectors and film enthusiasts. So it was a shit question the way it was asked. So it was a mess, but I don't know. Here's the thing, guys, and I will move on from this because I don't want to spend all night talking about this. I don't need to agree with everything somebody says that I enjoy his works of, right? I don't. And if you're somebody that thinks for yourself, quite frankly, you're not going to agree with something everybody says anyway, or you're not going to agree with everything somebody says that you like anyway. Not if you actually think for yourself, right? There's nuance to everything in our lives. Our life experience dictates, or not dictates, but our life experience can kind of make us see things in our own way. So of course you're not going to agree with everything somebody says. So I look, I can't not like James Cameron's movies. He's made some amazing movies, right? But I just think his answer was he's completely out of touch. You know, but at the same time, I see the argument too that it's somebody in the chat just said it, it's his films, he can do as he pleases, and we can also disagree with his decisions. My Ruin says it perfectly, you know. But I still think we should speak our minds when his movies come out. The only way we can affect any sort of change, if there's enough of us that say, dude, just do it, do your way, but also just let Studio Canal restore the movie. Actually, I think Studio Canal screwed up Terminator 2, so that's a bad example. So anyway, so that happened, guys. That was in the news. A few things I want to talk about coming in October, late October, from Paramount is The Zodiac with Mark Ruffalo, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Robert Downey Jr. I'm very, very excited for that. Although there's rumors, I can't verify this, guys, because I don't know enough about it, but I'm just telling you the rumors I heard about this. The rumors I heard is that Zodiac wasn't a movie that was technically shot in an aspect ratio that would have been even considered 4K at the time. So there's rumors that this movie is going to be like a sort of upscaling. It could be a disaster. I don't know. Luckily, Zodiac is an incredible film, and I do have a nice Blu-ray of it, so I may see what happens with that. But we do get Zodiac at the end of the month, guys. If you haven't seen that, I think Zodiac is an incredible movie. Incredible movie. So we got that. We did get the announcement today, guys, that in October we're getting Godzilla 1954 from Criterion. I screwed up. I screwed up big time and did not pre-order Godzilla -1 yet. So I can't even order it right now. I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, but we got Godzilla 54 coming in October from Criterion, so that's cool. Shape of Water is coming to Criterion in November, which was a Guillermo del Toro movie, which is kind of inspired from like Creature from the Black Lagoon. I like that movie a lot. Don't know if it's something I'd want a Criterion release of. I'd have to see what they're offering. Okay. Also that overseas stuff I was talking to you guys about, with what was I talking about? Pet Sematary and Rosemary's Baby. The Ring is also getting a version like that coming in October. But again, that's overseas, guys. So be checking your Diabolics and your Orbit DVDs for that. So we got The Ring, Pet Sematary, Rosemary's Baby's coming out. The Babadook is getting a 10-year anniversary Blu-ray release, which I will not be purchasing. That comes out in October as well. And Five Nights at I may as well pull this. Let me show you. Let me show you guys this really quick. Let me just show you guys this. All right. Then we're going to get to questions and answers. I personally think that this steelbook is nice. Now, I don't know what you guys think. This is what the artwork should have been for. This is what the artwork should have been for Five Nights at Freddy's to begin with. I thought this movie was okay. It wasn't my favorite animatronic movie, but I got to be honest, I really do like the steelbook. Looking back, though, I screwed up. I should not have purchased this movie on 4K to begin with. So I'm for real. I'm fixing to take all my standard versions of movies I get steelbooks of if I like the steelbook more, and I'm trading them into my rental store and just buying them, getting trade-in value for them. I'm just gonna wait. I swear I'm just gonna wait. So we got that, guys. We're almost done because we got to talk about Trick or Treat. Okay, guys, this is gonna be controversial to some. We got a Halloween trilogy set coming. What is everybody thinking about the Halloween trilogy set? You've got basically a Halloween 2018 style mask look on the front. Didn't look like you have any damage to it. Got the masks comes over with Laurie over the knife. I don't know. I think this is okay. If people regretted not getting the Best Buy Steelbook box that came out from, by the way, this is Walmart exclusive stuff, by the way, guys. If I said Best Buy, I meant Walmart. If you didn't get that nice Steelbook trilogy collection that I have right there when that came out, this is a decent alternative for people that can kind of, feel like they're getting their fix a little bit. Yes, they're still milking these movies. They keep selling. That's the thing, guys. People say, well, why are they milking those titles? Because they keep selling. If something has a track record of having sales, they're going to put it back out. That's how that all works. So we got that, guys. I think we're about done with new release information. Addams Family Values is coming out in October, 4K from Paramount. And last but certainly not least, we have the Strangers 4K Steelbook, which is a Walmart exclusive, coming out October 8th. Okay, guys? So there we have that. Now, let's talk about Trick or Treat. Now, here's the reality. I can't flat out say it's not coming out by Halloween. And I'm not going to divulge anything about anybody I've talked to about this. And I love Michael Felcher. Who doesn't love Michael Felcher? He's keeping things very close to his cuff right now. But the reality is, in my opinion, which is kind of an oxymoronic thing to say, because I have phrases I repeat way too often. What somebody messaged me with a bunch of phrases of everything I say. And they said, you should make t-shirts of this. One of them was, now that's physical media, which I actually made a shirt of that on my TeePublic. Now that's physical media. The reality is, the other one I say a lot is, quite frankly, which I don't realize I say those things a lot, but apparently I do say, quite frankly, a lot. So, but anyway, listen, guys, I'm going to give it to y'all straight. From what I was told, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's not coming out for Halloween. And I would love to be wrong about this, but the reality is I don't think I am. It does not look like Trick or Treat will be coming out for Halloween. No, Movie Junkie John, Trick or Treat. That's all I can say, guys. I really am not trying to jerk y'all around. I'm not trying to yank y'all's chain. I'm not trying to screw with y'all. I'm not trying to upset my audience. And I would never play about this. I would never come on here and play a prank on my viewers, my fans, and my audience. I would never do that. But it sounds like there are delays that are simply that, delays. Okay? I can't 100% say this is fact, but it just doesn't sound like it's going to happen for Halloween. I'm really sorry to tell you all that. That doesn't mean it's not exciting. Let's get to the super chats. We got Tyler Ism, $4.99 with noted. Thank you so much, man. Let me give you a little something for that.
I feel like people sleep.
And we got Duncan Patilla. Thank you, Duncan Patilla, for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Are you going to pick up Sudden Death with Jean-Claude Van Damme from Kino Lorber? First of all, thank you so much, Duncan, for the $5 super chat. And for you, I
feel like people sleep.
Yes, Duncan, I am a diehard Jean-Claude Van Damme fan. I always have been. I always will be. It is, in fact, in my Amazon purchase bay. I am just awaiting it to be delivered. I'm very, very excited, Duncan. You will get a 4K UHD review from me. Any chance I can get to talk about the great Jean-Claude Van Damme, I take that opportunity, and I take it proudly. So yes, I am, Duncan. I hope you are as well. Anytime Van Damme comes out on physical media, we need to be supporting the great Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's not, again, guys, it's like it just is what it is. But I'm not, here's the reality of it too. Am I telling you guys something y'all haven't figured out by now, though? I mean, seriously. When we hear about pre-orders from like Second Sight or Paramount or all these, it's a window. September announcements come out in July. October announcements come out in early August, late. Like this is how it works. There's a window of pre-order announcements to release date. This is like the typical nature of this business. So I'm not telling you guys anything y'all haven't figured out. You know, I'm not telling y'all anything y'all don't already know. Okay. We got another $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Anthony O'Donnell. He says, "Hey CHH, do you think anyone will do a 4K UHD on 1988's Prison? I know Scream Factory is re-releasing most of their collector's editions and upgrading." First off, Anthony, God bless you. Thank you for the support of the channel.
I feel like people sleep.
The answer to your question is we don't know. We don't know who's got the license to it, right? You know, Scream Factory had the license to Prison. It went out of print from them, Anthony. Now, they could, in fact, get that license again to put that movie out. But here's what I think. There's two possibilities, Anthony. And you can probably take this to the bank. I can't prove this, but I've got a strong suspicion it's one or two things, Anthony. We know that Arrow and Kino Lorber have deals with MGM Studios. Correct? Who purchased the Canon film library? Excuse me. Well, MGM did, but that's besides the point. Who purchased the Empire Studios library? The answer is MGM. So knowing that Kino has done a big purchase agreement of licensing titles of Prison, and knowing Arrow Video has done a purchase agreement or purchase agreements with MGM, one or two things is going to happen, Anthony. You're either going to get a 4K UHD from Kino Lorber, or you're going to get a 2K scan, possibly a 4K scan Blu-ray from Arrow Video when they inevitably do what was probably one of the best-selling box sets of all time, the Empire of Screams Volume 2. Okay? So that's what's going to happen if I had to place a gentleman's bet. If you ask me, Anthony, if you ask me what I prefer, The answer is a 4K scan Blu-ray or even a 2K scan Blu-ray of The Empire of Screams Volume 2. I think it's a natural fit. I think it's a natural fit for an Empire of Screams Volume 2 box set. I think it's a natural fit for them because that's a title that can fit in good with different titles, right? It's not a super specific genre title. I mean, it's a horror film, but it's not a mainstream horror film. It's kind of like a hidden gem movie. It'd be perfect for a volume 2. Okay, so that's what I would prefer. Anyway, let's move on. Let's see who we got. Jigsaw. Look, Christian, you need to get that super deluxe set of the Tony Martin Sabbath years. Don't tempt me, Dan. I went on a rant one episode ago about Tony Martin. I still haven't recovered for that. I'm actually okay with Trick or Treat being delayed because I'm going out on Nightmare on Elm Street 4K. Did you get a chance to watch Poltergeist 2 4K? No, I did not. My Poltergeist 2 has not arrived, C-Red, but rest assured, when I do get it, I will be reviewing it. You can rest assured for that. Okay. CHH, when is the next Planet Dirty and when is the next Unita horror podcast? I can answer both of those questions right now. The first one is about Planet Dirty. The show is over. It's done. The show has come to an end. We did 49 episodes and we're gonna call it. Sometimes you got to know when to. Sometimes you got to know when to give it up. You know, so I pulled the plug on it. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so with that, I'm fucking with you guys. Okay, I'm fucking with you guys on that. No, what's going on with Planet Dirty? Okay, I'm not going to divulge Brandon's personal life. He's fine. He's got a lot going on. He's very busy right now. He's dealing with a lot of stuff. Not bad. He's a family man, so he's got stuff he's doing. So it's going to be next. More than likely, the show will be not this weekend, people, but next weekend. Okay. I see I got some super chats. I'm not skipping those. I'm finished answering this question. Then we'll move on to those super chats. Unita is, again, and I'm not going to get into Nick's personal life. Okay. If he wants to talk about what he's got going on, he can. I'm not going to do that. Nick he's got something that's keeping him busy right now for about a week, and that will come later this month. Okay. But again, I don't divulge people's private life on here. Everything's cool, but Brandon's got stuff going on right now, and Nick is busy with something else right now. Okay. I'm not my place to say what, but both of them are fine. So that's all I'll say about that. So everything's cool, guys. So I don't know, but here's the cool thing. People seem to enjoy these town hall meetings, and I need to stop being look, guys, I'm gonna give it to y'all. Let me get to these super chats. So let's go. We got John Winston with a $50 super chat. Holy smoke. First of all, before I even read that, dude, you don't have to do that, but let me tell you something, John. I really appreciate that, because, for somebody that want to donate something like that to my channel, I haven't read your comment. I haven't read it yet, but that means hopefully it sounds like my channel is important to you. And that's the best gift I can have, is to what I do to be important or mean something to some people. That's amazing. So now let's read your comment. Thank you so much for the content you churn out. Would have been funny if it was a negative comment. Thank you so much for your content you churn out. I want those rankings though. Keep up the great work. Love listening to relaxing content while driving. Were you the guy that was asking me for ranking the doing like a tier list of boutique labels? That's in the works. Because there's a lot of boutique labels I want to do. And remind me, John, what it was specifically you wanted a ranking of, because I know somebody was like, dude, you need to do a ranking of the boutique labels, which I thought was a great idea. But there's a lot I want to have in there. I want to have Indicator in there. I want to have I want to have the MBD rewind. I want to have all those things in there. But thank you so much, John. I really do appreciate you, dude. God bless you, dude. Thank you so much. And then we got Big K with a $2 super chat. I tried Beetlejuice spiced apple soda. Tastes like D. Well, I'm going to get one, but probably just for the can. Okay. Anyway. Let's get to it, guys. So, where are we at? We're at 40 minutes. We got 20 solid minutes to go. We've discussed Trick or Treat. This is y'all's show now. We've discussed Trick or Treat. We've gone over the Elm Street 4K situation. We've gone over new titles. We've covered James Cameron. Somebody's asking about cryptids. I tell you what, before you ask me about cryptids, you need to remember who I am. I got it signed on VHS, and I'm joking. B Maga 123. I haven't watched this. My buddy Kyle sent me this. Cryptids. I got it signed by the cast and crew. I got it on VHS. I haven't watched Cryptids, but I need to. Oh, guys, go to Spirit Halloween, and you can get your very own Terrifier plushie. I also got this because I thought some of you guys would like this. These your Halloween fans. It's like a little, you hang it. It's just a little hollow. It's like a wall tile. Little Halloween tile. I figured, what the hell? Okay, really quick, because the rest of the show's questions. First off, I got 190 people in here. God bless each and every y'all. Drop a like. Guys, so I went to my video rental store today that's still open. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram because I my stories, I be showing you guys my life, all right? So I went to my video rental store today. I picked out like 20 titles, out of print DVDs, classic titles, 2000s slashers. There was a new girl behind the desk. They sell me these DVDs. They don't let me rent them. They sell me these DVDs at a fair economic price. The owners were busy. They couldn't help the girl out. So she said, can you please do me a favor? I'm going to keep your movies back here. I've got your number. Tomorrow, come back and they'll be here and they'll sell you. So I got to go back tomorrow. Okay. But before that, I went to Goodwill. Listen to me, people, because I'm going to do a video about this. You can find good horror stuff at Goodwill. Check. Here's one thing I found. I'm saving the rest for a video. I'm going to show you guys one thing I found today. Some of y'all are going to be like, son of a bitch. The coveted 2-disc 20th anniversary release of the Monster Squad at Goodwill. The classic DVD, not the Olive Films one. This is the Lionsgate 20th anniversary with a much better artwork. And get this. It comes with the insert and both discs. Disc 1, disc 2. $1.99, ladies and gentlemen. Stop sleeping on Goodwill. Do not sleep on Goodwill. I'll never forget Wes said something from Dead Pit. I'm going to tell you guys really quick. And it's so true. Wes said, people that sleep on Goodwill, you need to realize something. You will go to you will go to Goodwill 7 times, 10 times, 12 times and not find shit. But then you're going to go that one time and then you're going to find gold. That's one thing I found today, people. That's one thing I found today, okay? You're going to get the rest soon. PP Dangler, thank you for being a member for 10 months, dude. How about a Beetlejuice neon green mint melt? I've got some stuff in the works, PP Dangler. Somebody actually had a really good idea and said, why don't you do wax melts using your logos, like with the Planet CHH Tonight logo and the Alf logo and stuff. And I was like, that's a great idea. But that's also a great idea, PP Dangle. It's a brilliant idea, actually. Thank you for that.
I feel like people sleep.
Anthony with a $30 super chat. God bless you guys. Wow, y'all are very generous. I appreciate the support. Y'all don't realize how much y'all mean to me. I really don't think y'all do. Again, I'm saying this before reading the comment. Watch it be funny if it's a negative comment. I just wanted to say that I've watched and supported your channel for 3 years, and I wanted to say thank you. Also, should I get the 4K UHD of 2007's Trick or Treat? I have the Scream Factory Collector's Edition. First of all, Anthony, God bless you. Thank you very, very, very much. Okay, that's number one. Let's get that straight. Number two is I do think you are inclined to want to get the Arrow 4K. Reason being, knowing Arrow, picture quality wise, you're going to get a lot more clarity. And I believe it does have some good features as well. Okay. Now, what I would recommend you do, Anthony, now this is just my opinion, but what I recommend you do, Anthony, is get, I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not in love with the new artwork that they did. Okay. That's just my opinion, Anthony. I don't think you beat the actual poster art that they created for that movie. That's just my opinion, Anthony. But what I say is you should go to arrow.com and get the store version, which is going to have the slipcover with the original poster art. I don't think you can go wrong that way. Okay. That's just me. But I do think you're going to see now, Anthony, the real thing I want to tell you is this. Don't sleep on Friday the 13th, 2009. I think this is going to be one of the sleeper 4Ks of the year. You understand me? I really think, and this goes for the chat as well. Thank you very much for your super chat, dude. I really appreciate you. I think Friday the 13th, 2009 is going to be one of the sleeper 4Ks of the year. People can laugh at me, but I really think that this release is going to be a chance for people to actually see the movie. Because if you watch the 4K, if you watch the Blu-ray releases of Friday the 13th, 2009, which I think is a good movie, I think people had a preconceived notion of what that movie can be, or they and rightfully so, they look at how entertaining the first part of that movie is. Here we go. He's not even asking me. He asked me about Trick or Treat, and my ass goes to Friday the 13th. I've got problems. Okay, I've got problems, but roll with me, people. I understand that the first part of Friday the 13th, 2009 is fantastic, and people feel it's a little cookie. I don't think I really don't think it's cookie cutter. What I think it is, guys, is I think that the first 15 minutes of Friday the 13th, 2009 is realistically probably some of the best stuff of the entire series. I mean, I really do. In terms of how funny the characters are, you've got all the crazy, they got the comedy, you got the sex stuff in there, but the kills scenes are insane, and I think the movie is good. That release as well is getting new interviews with Marcus. The director's talking about the movie now. I truly think that 4K is going to be a sleeper 4K. Okay. So anyway, let me shut up about Friday the 13th, 2009. Thank you so much, Ann Lives, with $1.99. Keep doing you, CHH, your biggest fan, Ann Lives. God bless you, Ann. Keep doing a good job, dude. You're killing it over there on your YouTube channel. Y'all check out Ann Lives on YouTube. Kid reminds me a lot of myself, man. Big K Movies and Games, $2. He says, saw the new Crow trailer and got instant diarrhea. I saw the new Crow trailer as well again today at the movie theater when I saw Alien Romulus. I don't know. Today is the anniversary for Freddy versus Jason. Freddy versus Jason. Happy 21 years. Amazing. Very happy about that. Let me ask you guys in the chat a question, okay? And after this, I want you guys to ask questions rapid fire, and I'm not gonna ramble. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm gonna answer your questions directly. Who 1 in Freddy versus Jason. You got 3 choices. Freddy, Jason, tie. Meaning there was no winner. I want everybody to answer that because I want to see where everybody's head is at. And then after that, guys, listen, rapid fire your questions. I'm going to answer as many questions as humanly possible in the next 10 minutes. The shareholders. Jason, Monica Keena, tie. Jason, neither, tie. Freddy, Jason. Kelly Rollins did not win. You know what's so funny? I keep seeing this thing on Instagram pop up. That time Kelly Rollins got upset because she didn't get a text back using Excel on a BlackBerry phone. Oh, man. Again, guys, Alien Romulus review comes out tomorrow. I'm not going to talk about my thoughts of the movie. I will say this, though. It's been a good year, in my opinion, for horror movies. I really think it's been a pretty good year. Okay. And I implore you guys to go into Alien Romulus and go see it in the movie theater. Okay. Don't wait to see this at the house. I think it's a movie you should see in the theater. I think you should see Alien Romulus in the movie theater. All right. Worst 5 movies in your collection. Oh my God. Are you kidding me, dude? PP Dangle, that's going to take up the rest of the night. I don't know, PP Dangler. I will say this, PP Dangler. I'm not answering your question, but I'm giving you some sort of an answer. This is one of my favorite DVDs I have. The Chunky Box Manhunter from Anchor Bay. Okay. James doesn't like Piranha 2. Dude, I love Piranha 2. But hey, I feel you. You know, I feel you. All right, let's go. Let's answer some questions. Let's have fun tonight, guys. I agree, Saxy boy. I agree. Yes, there is. Everybody's got it pre-ordered, the Chunky Box version. I'm going a little more often this year, Primo. I've probably gone once a month this year, which is incredible for me. I've attempted it, Perry fan. I failed. I have to go back. I have to detune it, and I can't sing that high. Love the song though. Lizzie Borden. The RLTLD situation, I know what you know, Cody. You're the guy that sent me the information about it. I know what you know, which is what you sent me. As far as like merchandise and stuff, they're still selling stuff on returnlivingdead.com. So I don't know. Oh, in terms of merch, because I had this in the thumbnail, there's a Tarman doll that me and my buddy Justin David were excited to get. Then we found out it was $140. No, not paying that. I like both Max Thunderdome, but as a musician, I enjoy the Hagar era a little bit more of David Lee Roth, which is typical, I think, of younger people that are into Van Halen. Millennials seem to enjoy Sammy Hagar more than David Lee Roth. How do you balance creating content in your personal life? I'm not trying to be intrusive. What really helps me is my work schedule. I do a 12-hour work schedule, so I worked 3 to 4 days a week. So right now I'm on night shift, so I can knock out a lot of stuff throughout the night while my wife is asleep. And then tomorrow when she gets off work, we'll enjoy each other's company, do our stuff, eat together, watch whatever, relax. And then when she goes to bed, I can knock out 4 or 5 videos. I can get a lot of stuff done. I have extremely good time management, but I've got the lifestyle that I can plan out what I need to do and how I want to do it. Best episode of television you've ever seen? It's a great question. Saturn Video. I think I saw Jamie in the chat earlier. I think she'll agree with me. The best episode of television I've ever seen is definitely the debut episode of Twin Peaks. I don't think it'll ever be topped in all of human history. I really don't. And if you don't agree with me, you haven't seen it. That's how strongly I feel about the Twin Peaks debut episode. Nothing But Wrestling. I dare say you're gonna see another one come out, Nothing But Wrestling, and I'm gonna call it. Get ready for this, guys. They are going to put out a VHS release of one of the VHS movies. Mark my words. All right, let's keep going, guys. Are you excited for Dead Meat's Trick or Treat commentary? Sure. I mean, I've watched some Dead Meat. I know of them. Obviously, it's kind of hard not to because they're pretty much like one of the biggest YouTube channels that are into like horror. But I don't listen to a whole lot of them, so I don't know much about them. I think from what I see about Dead Meat, they're very kid friendly, right? So I think they probably have a very young audience, or a portion of their audience is young kids, which is good. You know, awesome for them. So I can't say I'm looking forward to it per se, but awesome for them. I'm glad that they have the opportunity. James, right, is the guy's name. I'm awesome that he's got the opportunity to do that. Very, very cool. Good for him. And I'm sure I will listen to it. I'm sure I will listen to it. How are you, Randy? Good to see you. Godfather or Goodfellas? Great question. I don't know. I guess gun to the head, I'd have to go Goodfellas because I am a Scorsese junkie. Best romance in a horror film? Great question. I'd need to think about that. Let's see. Let's keep going. Worst Hellraiser sequel? Probably Revelation. What was the one from 2011? Fat Pinhead. That movie. That one's bad. That one's really bad. Definitely you don't need to get the Steelbook, Mel and Matt. The Steelbook is the exact same in America. If you want to get the standard version because you like that vintage, or if you want to get the standard version because it's literally the artwork from 1999, you can get that. But if you have the UK version, you don't need to get that. Wait a minute. Wait up. I think actually it is technically different. I think the hard box on the UK version is the vintage. Is it the vintage? Is the Steelbook the original artwork, or is the hard box the original artwork? My brain's rotting right now. I can't even remember. I apologize, guys. Do you like Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies? Which one is your favorite besides the original? I love Texas Chainsaw. I think the original Texas Chainsaw is the greatest horror film of all time. Besides the original, take your pick, man. I like most of them. I love Part 2. I think Toby killed it with Part 2. I think Part 3 is a pretty damn good movie from the great Jeff Burr. I think 4 is wacky and crazy, and I am a fan of it. I think people can lighten up a little bit. It's a very low budget movie, but people treat it like it's, you know, on the same playing field as a lot of stuff, and rightfully so, I guess, because it is still a Texas Chainsaw film. So there's definitely expectation that I can't argue with that. But I mean, it's a very humbly made film with Matthew McConaughey. I think it's an important movie, bad or not. So I'm a fan of Next Generation. I like 03. Love. Let's single out the beginning, Captain Levi. I think the beginning is probably one of the best Texas Chainsaw movies. I think it better encapsulates I think that should have been the 03 movie, is the beginning. If I could rewrite history, the script for the beginning just would have been 2003's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, in my opinion. With a few changes, obviously, because you never knew what the Hoyt character was or whatever. You wouldn't have known that. But my point is, I think the beginning really represented that Texas Chainsaw even better. I feel you, Tim. I feel you. Repo Man's got a good soundtrack, no doubt about it, but I got to go ROTLD. How you doing, Davey? Good to see you, brother. Possibly. I'm working that out right now as we speak. I'm still waiting on mine, Anthony, but I had a very, very, very large order. I anticipate my order will come last. With Platinum Dudes finally making their way to 4K, have you heard anything about TCM? Nothing, Sexy Boy, nothing concrete rumblings about Texas Chainsaw 03. But I'm gonna bring up the beginning again. I think the beginning is a movie a lot of us would probably be a lot more inclined to want to see in 4K. Well, maybe not a lot of us, but I know I'd like to see the beginning come to 4K. I'm sure it's inevitable, but nothing in the immediate future. I don't know. I heard Furiosa was pretty good. I also heard it was pretty bad. It's just one of those things. I've got to see it. I pre-ordered that. Hopefully mine ships today. Mine ships soon as well, Eli. I'm hoping mine does too. Near Dark release from anybody coming, speculating that for years. There's been rumblings, but anything concrete has come out yet, Danny. It's hurry up and wait with Near Dark. It really is. We'll go a little bit longer, guys, because I know we're at the hour mark, but we'll go a little bit longer just to get some more questions. More than likely not. I hate to say this, but your best bet is to just get a homebrew of it. I doubt it. There was a lot of speculation, Danny, that Night of the Creeps was coming in October to 4K. It could be November now. I've heard from a number of people that it's supposed to be coming from Scream Factory. I've heard from a number of people. So possibly soon. Let's see. Great question. David Lynch or David Fincher? I'm going to go Lynch. Fincher is Zodiac alone, but Lynch, there will literally never be anybody that has the fan base or genuine love from his fans like David Lynch. David Lynch is the kind of person, and I'm not saying that Fincher isn't. David Lynch is the kind of person that could go out into a crowd of people and he won't get swarmed or mobbed. I mean, people will want to be around him, but he's so beloved and respected. He's a man of the people. He could go out into a crowd. Mike Tyson said this, and it's the truest thing. Somebody said, "Is Floyd Mayweather the greatest person in the world?" And Mike Tyson said something. It's the truest thing I think I've ever heard. And for the record, I'm a boxing fan. I'm not an expert by any stretch. If somebody tells me that Mayweather's the greatest boxer in the world, I just can't swallow that at all. Yes, you can look at his boxing record, but a lot of that stuff is very situational. Boxing is business at the end of the day. I think Muhammad Ali was the greatest boxer of all time. And I know Tyson agrees with me on that. And Tyson said this. He goes, a real champion, a real hero is accepted by the people. Muhammad Ali could walk in the street and people would embrace him and love him. Mayweather couldn't do that because he would get his ass kicked. Mayweather has to have a swarm of security around him wherever he goes. He's not accepted by the people. I totally agree with that. And I think that is the true mark of a hero or somebody that is that impactful. So I agree with Tyson with that. So I think David Lynch is the guy. I really do. I hate Inland Empire, though. I think Inland Empire is his one biggest piece of shit. I hate it. I just can't swallow that movie. Besides that, Lynch is a god. Warm Bodies is very good. Not this year. Definitely Van Damme. Slide it in or slip of the tongue? Definitely White Nate, slip of the tongue. Great question. Movie Dan, how are you? Good to see you, Movie Dan. Got a $2 super chat from Robert A. Best romance and horror, The Fly, It's a Tragedy. That's actually a great response. Getting the Nightmare box set right now from Melon Matt. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Melon Matt. That's awesome of you. God bless you, dude. Thank you so much. The hard box is the original art, okay. To me, it's better. It really is better. I think it just encapsulates what Texas Chainsaw is in a better way. That's just my opinion, though. Nightmare on Elm Street score or Saw movie score, which one choosing? Both very, very good. But I think you got Elm Street definitely has time on its side as well. And people know the 1, 2 Freddy's coming for you without even seeing the movie. So I think you have to give it to Elm Street. But I don't want to say that Saw doesn't have a great score either. If you could get a 3-hour guitar lesson from any living guitar player on earth, who would that guitar player be? That's a great question, Max Lindrum. The answer is Richie Blackmore, the greatest, probably in my opinion, the greatest rock and roll songwriting guitar player of all time. Very, very unsung. People may say, who's Richie Blackmore in the chat? Ladies and gentlemen, Richie Blackmore is one of the greatest guitar players ever. Known for writing hits with Deep Purple, like Smoke on the Water. The creator of Rainbow, one of the greatest 70s rock and roll bands. Richie Blackmore is the greatest. Absolute greatest. And it really all my heroes are underground guys. My heroes aren't known by the masses. Richie Blackmore. I do Leatherface, but I retired. I retired from buying toys. I retired. I gave it up. Hopefully I'm soon, Gourd Guts. I hope I'm soon. I have seen The Tenant. I can watch that one. It's definitely something I would prefer over Rosemary's Baby. Max, I'll definitely give you that. I'll definitely give you that. My favorite Saw movie is Saw 3. I did get some intel on that, Matt. Scream 4 4K. It's more than likely. It's more, and again, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I don't want you to think I'm Mr. Know-it-all or I can literally just get answers like that. I do have people I can refer to. I was basically told it's not happening this year. So, but there are some there's a lot of speculation and rumblings that it is going to happen, but I don't, from what I was told, not this year. I'd love to be wrong, and I very well could be wrong, Matt, but I've convinced my mind and my body and my spirit that it's not happening this year. You got to remember that was not a Miramax movie. That was a Weinstein Company film. That's when they had separated, and it was still a Dimension film, I believe, but that was a different situation. So that's why Scream 4 wasn't a part of the purchase agreement from Paramount with Miramax. This is a different situation. It very well could end up with Lionsgate too, Matt. I don't know. Just stand by on that, but I wouldn't hold my breath on Scream 4 at this time. Holy Grail VHS is definitely the Wizard Big Box of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. One sheets, I would love to have one sheets. That's a great question. I mean, I would love to have a one sheet of Friday the 13th, the original. I agree. Mulholland Drive is a masterpiece. One of the scariest movies I've ever seen. It would be nice to get The Fly. It's kind of weird that we haven't gotten that. He does have great hair. We're flying through these questions, people. We're flying through these questions. Let's go. I'm going to hang out a little bit longer for you guys. Here's the thing. I get it. I am a big fan of Alien 3. I understand it. That is a movie I would never argue, because Alien 3 is one of those movies I genuinely understand the opposite spectrum of why people don't like it. Totally get it. Some movies I may give you a little push and pull. Alien 3, you'll get no argument from me. In my opinion, though, I think it's one of the darkest, poetic, greatest 90s films. I love Alien 3. That's just me, though. Very, very nice, Antonis. I'm happy I can help you bulk up your collection. That's right. That is right. Blackmore is a god. Animalize or Asylum? Great question. I think Asylum has some good Gene tracks, like Trial on Fire. Probably my favorite Gene track from Asylum. Animalize is good too, though. Animalize, my favorite track off Animalize is definitely Thrills in the Night. So I'm gonna give it to Animalize, but some solid stuff on Asylum. Like I said, Trial on Fire is my favorite track off the record, which is a Gene one. I did grab Your Next. You will be getting a review from me on Your Next, Second Sight. You will be getting a review. Well, Jarrett, that's a great question, because I ordered a special version of Chucky Season 3, and my version is a overseas version with some bells and whistles, and I have not gotten mine yet. When I get mine, you can rest assured that you'll hear me talk about it. But great question. You're right. People do need to be talking about that. Can we send you toys? It's funny you actually mentioned that, guys. I actually have a P.O. box, and I'm going to tell it to you guys right now. It's in the video descriptions now of all my stuff, but I have a P.O. box. My P.O. box is, if anybody wants to write this down, P.O. Box 22, Ruston, Louisiana, 71273. That's my P.O. box. That way, if people want to send me stuff, because there are times where people either want to send me something, they want me to review something, or they have something that they want to give me for the Freddy collection, which I'm always appreciative of, and nobody ever has to feel like they need to do that. But it come to a point to where I can't give the whole world my address anymore, so I got a P.O. box. So P.O. Box 22, Ruston, Louisiana 71273. You can send me something there. Thank you guys. Anyway, we're going to keep going. I got a few more. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more time because you guys have been awesome tonight. Very, very awesome. I've listened to a little Dax Riggs. Yes. Great question. I anticipate those coming from another company, Nothing But Wrestling. I don't think Scream Factory has interest in doing those on 4K. So those sound like Kino titles to me if it happens. Even though I don't own a 4K player or TV, I still pre-ordered the UK collection edition of A Nightmare on Elm Street. If the uncut version is not included in the Blu-ray disc, I'll just watch it on my PS5. Well, there you go. You're situated. And it's okay to collect 4K stuff now, Devin, because eventually you will get it into 4K. You've already got the PS5, so you have the player. You just need to get a 4K TV, which they're very cheap. And don't let people think that 4K LCD TVs are not good. Don't let people get you to think that. The only thing I'll tell you, if you use your PS5 as a player, from what I understand, PS5 is HDR10, not Dolby Vision. So if you get a 4K TV, don't go out of your way. Well, I take that back. You can get a Dolby Vision compatible TV, or you can get the HDR10 TV because that's what your PS4 is compatible with. It doesn't hurt you to get Dolby Vision, I guess. But just saying. And I like HDR10. I know Dolby Vision is considered the premium, but I like I'll be honest with you guys, I use my PS5 a lot as a player, and I like my HDR10. I think that's what most people probably watch stuff through. Okay, let's continue, guys. We'll go 5 more minutes. No comment. I don't want to start a war in the chat, but I respect that, Saturn. I really do. I do like that movie. Favorite Blackmore riff? Dude, I don't know if I can answer that. Highway Star. I like the theatrical. I like both, but I like the theatrical. Dunderhead, how are you? Let the Right One In, Let Me In, Christine, and Interview with a Vampire are romantic horror continues. Great answer. I have a couple. It's funny you say that. I meant to film my review for Primevals. I got the deluxe box set from Full Moon, and I got the Umbrella set because I was so excited for that. I haven't reviewed it because I just didn't think it would resonate with enough people. I didn't think people would be interested, and I just felt like I would waste my time talking about it. But I will say it's an awesome stop motion movie, and it's really great to see David Allen's work get out there. And the Umbrella set is really nice, but so is the Full Moon Deluxe set as well. Lucifage is incredible. I gotta say, Danzig's third record, which was like 92, it kind of looks like a xenomorph on the cover. I can't remember if the name of the record was just Danzig 3. But that's my favorite record, the third Danzig record. I believe it came out in 92. I could have the date wrong. I try to declutter. Yeah, I do, Kevin. Thank you for noticing. And oh, by the way, Kevin, don't think I don't notice that Dead and Buried picture you have right there. One of the best. Written by the great Dan O'Bannon as well. I think Dead and Buried is probably one of the more underrated titles in the 80s. I'm not trying to... It's an interesting question. Best first date. I'm going to give you an answer, but it's funny because I always say to people, do people go on first date, go to a movie to a first date? Because you can't really talk. But I think Fright Night would be the perfect first date movie. I mean, I really do. I think Lost Boys is more of like a rekindle your relationship kind of horror movie, right? But I think Fright Night is a great first date movie. You know, Rocktober Blood or Rock and Roll Nightmare? The answer is Rocktober Blood. Great soundtrack. I love the film. You know, I did order the Tarman Steelbook. I have not got a shipping notification. We did lose, God, Jack Russell from Great White. We lost him today. Great front man, great singer. Rest in peace. Very sad about that. Danzig 3, How the Gods Go. Great record. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. But here's the thing. This gets me in trouble. Famous Monsters is the greatest Misfits record. I don't care. I will stand on that. Michael Graves' voice on Famous Monsters is perfect. I love Famous Monsters. Descending Angel is one of my favorite punk songs ever written. Saturday Night is such a beautiful punk, almost waltz. I love Famous Monsters, and I'm the biggest Jerry Only fan. Jerry is the man. I think Jerry's a good vocalist. I think Jerry is the soul. I think Jerry, to me, Jerry is the soul of the Misfits. So I know I'll get shit for that, but here's the thing: Danzig is my boy. Are you kidding me? I love Danzig. I think Danzig's debut record is probably one of Rick Rubin's best produced records of all time. People forget Rick Rubin produced Danzig 1. I think Danzig 1 is a fucking masterpiece. So, all right, guys, 3 more questions. I'm going to call it a night. Let's get some good ones, guys. Are you a fan of NoFX going to see their final show in Detroit this Wednesday? I can't wait. I am, Killer Pizza. Dude, I hope you enjoy that. Savor it. Savor every moment of that. Damn. That's depressing. It's their final show. What's a horror movie that needs behind-the-scenes footage it doesn't have yet? Definitely Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. We've all heard the stories about how crazy it was. No, we definitely want that. Yeah, we definitely want that. So, Helena, great song. American Psycho is great. Yeah, love that. I'm a Michael Graves guy. What can I say? Whoa, my vampire girl. That's Jerry. I thought Jerry carried the baton very well for the Misfits for a number of years after after Michael left and they had to regroup. I'm not a big Nine Inch Nails fan. Guys, when it comes to 90s music, super picky. I'm not a Foo Fighters guy. I'll never understand the Foo Fighters. I don't think they write bad songs by any stretch of the imagination, but you'll never convince me that there's not something that has to do with Kurt Cobain of why those guys are so famous. I love here's the thing. I love Pat and I love Dave Grohl as human beings and as people. Amazing. And I love Pat Smear. What a disgusting name for him to use, right? But Pat is a great guitar player, and I loved him in Nirvana. But I'm not a huge Foo Fighters guy. I never have been. I don't get it. So that's like probably my most controversial opinion. But yeah. Yes, the Halloween. Yes, I pre-ordered that bundle. On Amazon with the Halloween game that comes with the poster and the plushie and the cool stuff and the DLC. I'm a side scroller, so I'm all about this, guys. Like, I'm down to clown with this Halloween game. You will see me streaming this game. I spent 30 minutes with Jerry Only, and he gave me a bunch of shit on my birthday. He signed Erie's book and talked some shit over a couple pictures of PBR. That's awesome, dude. So cool. I need to see those guys. I need to see them. Listen, guys, this was amazing. Thank you guys for an electric show. I'm going to leave you guys with something. Don't leave yet. Don't leave, people. Don't leave. I'm going to recommend a movie that's not a horror film, but I guarantee you, if you see this movie, it will shake you to your core. Okay? Are you guys ready in the chat? I need to know that you guys are listening. I need your attention. I need to know that I have the audience's attention. I need to know that I have the viewers of Planet CHH's attention. Okay. This is a very important movie recommendation. Now, this movie has been out for 5 years. So there's going to be the chance that a lot of you have seen this movie. Okay. This movie is truly incredible. Criterion Collection put it out. The movie is called A Marriage Story. It stars the guy from Star Wars, and it stars what's her name? Her name's slipping me. Scarlett. This movie is one of the most gripping dramas, well-written movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay? So I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor. I got the Criterion DVD. That's another thing, guys. Don't let people tell you that DVD there's nothing wrong with the Criterion DVD, okay? So I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor tonight. If you're looking for a movie to watch, if you want to take a trip for me, I'm going to recommend A Marriage Story, okay? I'm going to recommend A Marriage. I know the cover doesn't look like much, but listen to me. This movie will take your heart and make it grow 10 sizes, and you'll feel all sorts of love, but then it will stab a knife through it, and you'll feel the darkest depths of pain possible. I'm going to urge you guys to give this movie a shot for me, okay? And then you can go back to watching your horror films and all that crap, okay? But you're gonna watch. I need you guys to watch this for me. A Marriage Story, okay? There we have it, guys. Listen, I'm gonna go pick up my movies tomorrow. You'll get my Alien Romulus review tomorrow as well. I'm gonna go pick up my movies from the video store tomorrow. Be on the lookout for that video. I'm gonna drop that pretty soon because I want you guys to see this haul of movies. I think you're gonna be quite surprised. And there's a lot to look forward to. Listen, thank you guys for hanging out. You guys have made these shows incredible. The reality is I need to do these more often. You know, I understand that the audience likes live shows, and I never want to overstay my welcome. I don't want you guys to get too used to me, right? I want you guys to, I want to come on here and have something to say. I want you guys to be able to talk. I don't want to be on here too much. So subconsciously, I probably don't stream. I stop streaming more often than not. But the reality is I want to have that connection with you guys, and I want us to have a good time together. So I had a great time tonight. You guys made tonight awesome. Listen, guys, listen, tomorrow's Friday. Y'all be safe, okay? Don't do anything silly. If you go out and you're drinking and having a good time, go do it, but just be safe, okay? Because you never know what happens. Just please be safe. Everybody be safe. Have a good time. Do your thing. Go home to your loved ones, and nothing's more important than that, okay? So listen, guys, have a great time. Have a great day tomorrow. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys very, very soon on Planet CHH. God bless you, and I'll see y'all on the flippity flip. Good night.